Hi everyone, welcome back. As I open up the shop for about a half an hour, I'm gonna do something that hopefully makes my brother's life a lot easier. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Tell your friends or family. Please help me out. A subscribe goes a long way. You don't have to pay nothing for it, and it is so valuable in the world of the algorithm and how I get paid by Google and all sorts of stuff. So it's a lot better than not making money, that's for sure. And your guys' help, it goes miles and miles towards helping me out. So I appreciate all of you who have done that. Now, as you saw in last video, we made it a lap and a half before getting wrecked. And that stinks a lot because that pretty much ended our season's hopes for having any sort of good finish in the points. We were up to 5th. We were catching up. Now we're not. So I've got an idea because I have to leave in like less than an hour. And I have to be out of state for another 5 days. So I'm not going to be able to work on this car. And my brother has generously offered to help me out. But I'm going to try to help him out. See, in the last video, we cut off all the broken stuff. And we were going to just fab on all this new stuff. The body's still screwed. We had to replace the lower because the ball joint, the whole body is caved in. It's a mess. However, since this is a tube car, you can see right here that it's bolted on. This whole front clip area. And I have just the fix to make our life a little bit easier, even if it is a little risky at this point. It's this complete second section that I built when I put this car together. It's got the same hood pin mounts as the other one. It's got the same width bumper. It bolts on exactly the same spot. All we really have to do is take that, put it on, and basically just move over all the ducting. That's it. No fabrication, no nothing. That's all we have to do, really. So I'm literally going to take, hopefully, a half an hour, just jack the radiator up, unbolt this thing, slap the new one in, and leave to go out of state. So hopefully that helps because fabrication takes time, and I don't want to waste my brother's time constantly. And I can put him to work on other things that are a lot more meaningful, like body work and getting the car back straight again and stuff like that. So I'm going to get to work because I can't keep talking. Just like that, fabrication done. Actually, no, fabrication not quite started yet, but you know what I mean. I think he'll be happy because the right front on this one is way wider than the other one. By a lot. Except the problem is the left front's not so wide over here. I think I goofed it up when I put it on, but hey, when you're eyeballing stuff, it's not very easy to do. What I do want to do, though, is if he wants to do this, we're going to put a bar from here to here to keep that thing from kicking in and caving in quite so easily like it did last time. Oh, yeah. Safety glasses go good on your eyes. That usually helps. So as I'm going away for a few days, I'm going to go change the batteries on my security cameras just to make sure they're working and hand this over to my brother because now that all the major fab is done and I can just fix that one when I get a chance, I at least made his life a little bit easier. So, because if you got volunteer labor, even if they're family, you got to try to take care of them a little bit for their efforts and stuff. So that was all I could do for this moment. So I'm going to hand it over to him. Hopefully he films some stuff and entertains you guys a little bit. But I'll see you when I get back.
Hello and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. I am your host, Jesse Gleason, and brother is on assignment and take care of a few things around the house. And this week, we have a little problem. This episode is brought to you by Ninja Turtle Pizza, also known as Greek style, also known as New London style pizza, because New Haven and New York style is for accountants. And this is made with passion and lots of ingredients. And it's not weighed, it's just like, this looks good. Therefore, it is tasty. Also, definitely not beer. It is definitely brought by Sprink. Because the snowflakes with the YouTube algorithm or whatever probably don't want me drinking beer, but beer is going to be what helps this project out most of all. And I don't trust anybody that doesn't drink beer. So, Sprite it is. Refreshing. So what kind of mess do we have here today? We got to set toe because that ball joint was broken. That tire is just wiped right out because of all this damage here. So we need to, we've already replaced the lower control arm, and we had to do a little adjustment on the right front. It was a little bit off, and we need to get the bumper cover back on. That fender straightened out, and this body panel here straightened out. And I have a confession to make. I really hate working on cars. I really do. I don't like the process at all. And this is one of the reasons why I am semi-retired. I like the driving part. This part is the work part, and it's not as much fun. Brent has a really nice sponsor, Northeast Trucking Off-Road. That's Northeast Trucking Off-Road in Gales Ferry. Is there a phone number on here? I don't know, but Google that, and I'm sure they do really good work. And this car was really nice and pretty once, and that is its big mistake. I really don't care what it looks like. I care about how fast it goes, and that is what we're going to be concerned with today. Unfortunately, we have a short turnaround, and I can't make it in our project. We got to get this thing to go. There's a reason why I wanted to do toe first. And if the nose was on this, it would be a lot of room that would be taken up. And when you actually get down here, when you get under the car and you do the toe, you know, dignity must prevail. Dignity must prevail, and it's still too low. Oh, God damn it. Okay, and check. Goodbye right front shock. All done. This is why we do it. This is why we do it without the front bumper. Oh. Dignity. It's towed out. Oh, about an inch. That's a lot. Alright, I need to use a flashlight now. Yep, it's time to stop for tonight. I've had a prior engagement earlier. Couldn't get up here earlier than I could. Yeah, I wish I could, but I couldn't. So, right now, we got the right front shock on. We have the a lot of the fender put on. The toe mostly done. I really don't know Brent's gauges. It's a little bit weird. His toe gauge is a little bit different, and I don't Yeah, it's not suited to me. I prefer my own, so I might have to go home and get my own. So, anywho, in other words, I really don't know how he does this. Working by himself, this really kind of sucks. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. If you like that sort of thing, I guess it doesn't suck. So I do retract that. But yeah, and for me, it's a little different. So we'll be back tomorrow. Have a good night. Day 2, and as you can see, got a little bit more work to do. Just down here. Yeah, this might be the fun part because we get to hit stuff. So hopefully the fun part arrives. We have enough liquid courage, being water, because it's a little humid today. So maybe we'll get this done today. Don't know. Okay. Door looks very concaved. That is not good. Neither is this. Uh-oh. That's gonna need fixing too. This whole thing has to come off. Gloves for safety. Tetanus booster up to date. The AC does nothing. Nothing. Are we ready for the fun part, Rabbit? Okay. Well. What are we to do with that? Well, I don't know. Ain't that bad, I guess. Well, heat that and bend that, I guess. That guy, you may have to tap dance on that outside. That'll be fun. We'll step on that. We'll make that flat. Save this door panel. We're gonna do a little soft shoe. Sorry, neighbors. Coming good. Installation is the same as reverse. Hopefully, less messy. Okay. Get a couple in here. Get it lined up. There we go. Hold strong, little rivet. Please hold strong. Yay. I like to put these right here because I know I'm gonna. Sorry, Brett. I'm gonna put them right there so that they know where they go, and I don't want them on the floor where they go in tires. Have enough problems with tires. Don't need any more. Well, it's hard to put time lapse on when you're stop and take a break every now and then because of the heat, and it's Our people don't like the heat and the humidity so much. But anyway, we got results now. You have to stop it, flip it over, and look at that. A door back on. And it's nice when all these little holes like here, just kind of connect the dots all the way down under here, all these little pop rivet holes. They all line right back up. You just match where the vinyl is missing, and it all goes together nicely. So yeah, see, I'll put that back there. But all right, it's not an art project, but it'll be back out there. Let's worry about making this thing fast. Now for some more body work. I'm going to be working on this guy right here. A little right front action going on here, and I got a really kind of neat little tool. This little anvil here, it's I think it came from my grandpa on my dad's side, and this is my dad's, and it looks like a railroad tie, but it's not. Maybe a small little I-beam. I have no idea, but it really works good for bashing stuff flat, you know, with the BFG. These are my two favorite tools to use. The insurance company won't warranty the work, so we're gonna make sure that we get it close enough and functional with those two implements. There's a high spot. Go on the back side, hit it in there. If there's a low spot over here, then you hit it on that side. So now it's time to start from the top down, make a little noise. Okay, I need a break. Exercise is the enemy of the fat man. Okay. How would you look at that? That thing is almost showroom stock right there. That is about as much finesse as I'm willing to give it. We'll see how the front bumper bolts on in a little bit. Okay, good news. I think I'm done for tonight. Or I might be done overall. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure because I don't know if he wants to scale it. I don't know if he wants to do anything else. But other than that, it's on there. But it's on. Okay, that's on. So we need tool rescue and load her up and send her, I think. I didn't want to do time lapse too much because why waste all this time and effort just watching me struggle to do stuff? It's kind of boring. I made an editorial decision where I decided that watching me work on it is not the story. The story should be coming back after a bad week with no man down and then seeing if the old man can do it and put it together, and it looks like I've accomplished that. And now if you can run good, that'll be a cherry on top of this story for the week. So, night 2 over.
Well, I'm back. I know Jesse took care of you guys for a couple days, and I haven't even seen the videos yet, but I'm hoping they were pretty entertaining. We'll see. He did save me a lot of time. I was trying to take care of a bunch of family stuff out of state, but I'm back, and she's back together, and you've probably already seen all that, but I'm going to go through and just kind of tidy up a couple of minor loose ends, and then we can get to the major stuff. I got to get in the right front. We already replaced the lower and ball joint. I want to take a look at the upper, though. I want to make sure that the upper is okay and make sure that that's not going to be a problem, because if one ball joint bent, Nothing saying the other one ain't. So I'm gonna have to take a quick look at that one. And if that checks out, maybe I'll even just replace it if I have another one. But I've got to get a couple little minor things figured out. I'm going to go through and tidy up a couple minor dents. Not a big deal. Just me being a little bit anal retentive on that. I got to get this hole cleaned up. I got to get this one fixed too. Then we got to get in here and make sure the ducting is secured with some zip ties and then finish taping that off. Once we finish all that, we'll do the suspension. And, geez, maybe a little bit of hammer there. I don't know, man. Doesn't seem like there's a lot here to do except for just make sure there ain't no bent stuff and then shove it on scales. Putting it on scales is going to require putting some fuel in it. And what stinks is I probably ran more laps under caution before the race than I did in the race. So we'll see how much fuel is here. I'm probably going to have to give her a little splash. Then I got to make sure of all that other stuff. But we're going to try a few other things just to try to get this setup maximized as quickly as possible. And, well, I ain't got a lot of time to do that. So starting to get a little worse for the wear, huh? Got some of the patchwork done. My brother helped me out a ton getting this thing at least back into shape, man. I mean, if I had to do all of that, we probably wouldn't have made it on time. But I had to take care of family stuff, and I did not want this thing to kind of go by the wayside because I have incredible sponsors and people behind me who give a damn, and I wanted to make sure we got back out there. So couple little fitment differences because this front end, the clip, is a little hair off. I think the bumper might be pushed like offset like that much to the right on this one. So we had to figure out a little bit of fitment, but she's on. All the ducting's in, all the tape is done. I checked the ball joint, everything felt good. Everything else should be okay. I'm going to check the alignment of the rear end once I get it up on blocks. But right now, that's what we're doing. We're going to get it on blocks. We're going to get it scaled. Got to get the tire pressure set. And then we should be good to go, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm still looking for a couple parts that are missing, but I'm sure they didn't go far. So we're running into some issues with ride height yet again. I took a whole bunch out of the right front and it didn't do anything. So I got to figure out how to get this damn thing down. It's really kind of cockeyed, you know what I mean? I'm going to start looking around, seeing what I can find on the car. I'm probably going to end up cutting and welding stuff, which really sucks, especially at this time of day on whatever day today is, because we're racing tomorrow and it ain't going well. So I'm going to start praying, I guess. So, all right, time to get the cutting wheel out. This is going to suck. Oh boy, that was some work. I didn't film like any of it because my batteries were a little low and I spent all night doing it, so it would have been just endless footage of me hustling to get this thing together and just, oh, it was tough. That was hard work, man. And I've done exactly what I did here probably 4 times this year. And that sucks because you shouldn't have to do that at all. But we're still kind of playing with stuff. We're just trying to get this thing to a spot where it's comfortable, fast, and repeatable. Normally I'm in bed by now. Luckily, I took the day off of work tomorrow because I came home from out of state today. And that was a lot of travel. Came straight out here and worked pretty much all night, and it's looking pretty good. It's just that will it perform good? So wrote all the numbers down, did our normal thing. I'm gonna go inside and clean up, rest for 10 minutes, and go to bed. So I'll be out here nice and early tomorrow. At least I did that, and now I got time to get the thing loaded and do my final checks. Caster camber toe, stuff like that, just because ride heights change, caster camber changes, so we'll check that. I know my brother checked toe, but checking caster camber, you're gonna mess up something, so I want to double check it. So we'll have that done, and then we'll load everything up, head to the track tomorrow. So I'll see you then. All right, next day. It is beautiful out, by the way. This thing's been on scales, so don't really have to worry about that at this point. I'm going to roll it on pads so that I can check caster camber toe. That is another issue that we really got to tackle real quick. So the hood's got to come off, door's got to get open, and we can finish up this thing for now, hopefully. I just remembered that I need to charge my GoPros, so I'll be going back inside to do that really quick, and then I'll be back out here to do this. Haven't done it this way in a long time, but you know what? Seemed to work, so I think I'll just keep trying that from now on. I know the bar works too, but you know, this is pretty good. I never had consistent luck using the plates, but I think I'll try it again because this time I got it so that I got something holding the other side up against the tire, and I double checked it and I measured it like twice and it came out exactly where we needed it. So wherever my brother said it was perfect, I'm going to put these aside and put the caps back on. Double check every nut and bolt that I can under the hood. I think the idler arm is going bad though on this car, so I'm gonna rock auto me a nice AC Delco or Moog one because I don't have a spare, but it's not falling apart. It's just a little bit sloppy. So that's gonna suck for a race, but I don't have a good one. So I don't know if the rear end is towed in or out either because you know what? I got these plates out. I wonder if I should just check the toe of the rear end. It might have got hit because these rears, like I told you before, they are very fragile. And I have a tool that I bought from watching Facebook ads and stuff that is controversial at best about automotive stuff. And I tried it on here and it told me it was not straight. So I'm going to try the plates on the back here, make sure that's straight. See where it is if it isn't, and at least knowing that, we can figure something out for the future. This is why I don't run the 7.5 rears, but the rotating assembly is a little lighter. You just trade off the fact that if you touch anything, it is now bent because they are fragile. So that means if it is bent, that it has to come out of the car, and I have to wrap a chain around it, and I have to bend it with a porta-power, and I don't want to because I hate doing that. If I had the 9-inch in it, it would have just went ow and just been straight, but whatever. So I'll get this checked and I'll come back to you. I'm sorry I'm not filming as much because, well, I'm just kind of, this isn't going very long, and it's just kind of me standing there reading a tape measure, so I figured you guys wouldn't really care about that, so I'm just going to do exactly to the back tires what I did to the front. I know the tires aren't bent, or the wheels at least. I know the wheels aren't bent. So I'll just get some data, you know. At least then we would know what is wrong or if there's anything wrong. So the plates tell me that it's within a 1/16 of an inch. That's pretty close. Could be a bent wheel, could be anything. I don't know if an axle's bent either. Who knows? So I'm going to have to investigate everything. But that's such a small amount that, like, if you try to even straighten it, you could probably go the wrong direction with it. Either way, time for me to clean this thing up, get that trailer loaded up, and start thinking about getting out of here. I'm genuinely happy that I took the day off today because I probably wouldn't have been ready. You know, I don't even know if we're still ready at all anyway, but we're closer than we could have been given the circumstances. You know, my brother came over here and busted his ass and got the car really close. And it gave me a lot of opportunity yesterday to spend a lot of time out here, which I did, to repair and fix a bunch of setup stuff that we were kind of talking about before. Especially ride height stuff, which if you make a spring adjustment or wedge adjustment, you're always changing. And these cars, not easy to change. And sometimes I have to do metallurgy in order to make it work. So I don't know how good we're going to be, and I don't know how prepared we really are because you never know. But everything seems to be fine, except for that one steering thing that I got to replace. But again, it's not falling apart. So probably be able to run it, but it's not going to be perfect on bump steer or tow, but we'll see. We'll see. So time to get loaded up. Swept up a little bit. Man, I'm telling you what, I think a year off next year would probably be welcome at this point, just for the sheer fact that this place is terrible. I need to clean it up and organize and get shelving and get rid of stuff I don't use and find a place for stuff that I need. And man, it is just not good in here. Anyway, plus I have a lot of home stuff to do. So that's kind of the plan. If you wanted a little sneak peek, I think I'm probably going to take a year off next year, but it's kind of warranted as well. So, all right, we're a little bit behind. I got to get out of here. I got to go clean up and go battle another week and see where it goes. And hopefully we actually finish more than a lap. That would be nice. So we'll see you up there. All right, another week, another battle. Hopefully not. It is a beautiful day, though. I mean, just wonderful. It is warm, it is sunny, no chance of rain, barely a cloud in the sky. Back again. Let's hope we actually make more than a lap. Oh, I think it gets bumpier every week. Practice report. We were pretty slow first round. I'll be honest. We were pretty slow. We were like 3/4 tenths off and did not feel good. Sliding the nose on entry bad. So we made a few adjustments and we picked up 3/10. So it put us right back in the game. So we're just going to keep adjusting that way. Heat race is coming up and we'll see what happens and we'll make more adjustments based off of that. Okay, I got to explain something really quickly. Say you're on the street, maybe driving to work, you see somebody out of control due to whatever conditions, weather, traffic, etc. You're going to slow down because you want to make sure that you're safe. But on the racetrack, what you're doing is you see somebody sideways, you're going to try to make up that gap by accelerating because it's so much easier for you to catch up that way. It's an easy position, or it's easy to maintain your momentum until somebody maybe spins out at the last second right when you get there. And that's kind of what happened here. The damage is actually worse than it was last week. It's not good. This is really mangled. The whole front end is completely destroyed. I noticed that the body is kind of weirdly kicked over, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. I look in, and I'm like, well, the bumper, yeah, it's pushed back a hair, but like, I don't see the problem here, you know, and the hood's kind of moved over too, and it's kind of an issue. And then I'm like, I think I know what happened. You can look down here. See it? There's a gap right there. I apologize for the silence, but you know. And then we're going to go over to this side. See that gap there? That means the frame saver is bent. Also, you can see the up bars here. A lot of guys weld those in. I came up with this idea. This is exactly why. I am standing straight on. That is there. That is there. Notice how they are offset. The frame saver got pushed that way. The entire bumper is pushed in about to here. It is tacoed in. I think we're just going to throw this one away. It's far too bent. I might have to call up Zach, see if he can get me another frame saver, because it's so twisted. I might just cut the bars off like this one and just replace the other one with it, because the end got knocked off of it. The bumper's destroyed. We're going to have to get the nose off. All the ducting is disconnected. I don't think we lost radiator pressure, though. No, I believe... Yep, there's still radiator pressure in there, so we should be all right. But it wrinkled the whole body down the side. It popped it off here because it pulled it in that direction and yanked it off. And I don't remember getting into too many people with the right side of the car. I mean, I did a little here and there, but that impact bowed this out. I actually kicked it back in like this. It's still bowed out, like it jacked the whole body up all the way back to here. Look at. Oh, really hope the frame isn't hurt, because that was a really solid hit. But again, these things are bent and made to be bent. But what a ridiculous event, huh? Oh man, just I can't catch a break, dude. Like, okay, I'm moving forward through the field. Okay, I got a great break on the start because the guy starting 7th didn't start there, so I got to start on the inside instead of 8th. And then, you know, we start moving up through the field, and we're up to like 4th, and then a caution comes out. Of course, we're in an even number spot, and the caution comes out. So, of course, guess where I start? On the top. Guess where I can't go? To the bottom. Guess how many spots I lose? Like 6. I'm back to like 9th or 10th. Then we get spun out after that impact. I threw the clutch in pretty much immediately. Motor never spun backwards. It never even shut off, actually. It bogged down a hair, but it didn't shut off, so it should be fine. Then I keep going because I don't see steam, and I'm looking at the temperature gauge and making sure it's okay, but I'm really mad. Like, really upset mad. Like, whoever's in my way, I'm not giving any breaks to. But I'm also not going to run you over either. But I'm going to be very forceful here. And we passed 12 cars organically without the aid of a caution. And finished 6th because we were able to nip somebody at the line. And I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty proud of that drive. The setup is starting to come around a little bit. And I know it looks like a lot of damage right now, and it sucks that we lost a frame saver for that, but, you know, the body will bend out. I can see where my bracing is bent down here on this thing, so I'll just straighten that out. We'll probably have to take the body off again. I'm probably going to need more pop rivets, so I might have to go up to Charlton or Dickey and see if they've got some in stock, which I'm sure they do. But I think we're really kind of making gains with the new setup. I know it's not, like, lights out fast like we used to be, but it's good in the places we weren't with the old one. And it actually races really well. It's just that we gotta fix a couple minor places, and after tonight, I'm kind of willing to stick with it. So I got a hell of a lot of stuff to fix on this thing, and I think I'm gonna end the video off here because I'm not really gonna be able to film tomorrow. So I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my evening, even though it's probably past 11 o'clock and I have to work tomorrow, and I haven't showered or cleaned myself up after getting home yet. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you guys again for hanging in there with me and going on these adventures. And let me tell you something, today was quite the adventure, inadvertently. So tell your friends and family if you think they'd enjoy this type of thing. Like I said, time waits for no man, and I'm not going to race forever. So this is what we're doing right now, but who knows in the future. Thank you guys again. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time.